Let's catch up now with One Nation Leader Pauline Hanson, who's had a pretty dramatic week. She joins us from Scenic Rim in Queensland. Good to talk to you again, Pauline. I want to ask you first
Thanks, Chris.
about your Freedom of Speech conference you're hosting this weekend. Tell us about what you're pulling together and why.
Well, I think it's very important that people know that they can turn to some people, politicians who do want to listen to the people and stand up for freedom of speech. And it all comes down to this bill that the Labor Party wants to introduce. Mind you, the Liberal Party tried to introduce, pretty much the same bill in 2019. And I'm terribly opposed to the misinformation and disinformation bill. It's very important that we stand up for freedom of speech. So at this meeting on Saturday, or rally, or whatever you want to call it, at a hall that we're having it in the City Hall in Brisbane, which has been sold out, I can say, that we've got Alan Jones there, Malcolm Roberts, and we've got Tanya Mahalik, and we've got Ricky Lee, our member from the Victorian Parliament, and Professor David Flint. So it's giving people an opportunity to listen to us and to push back against these politicians who want to deny the people of this nation their right to free speech.
Yeah, this is a real problem. Now, we've detailed on this program together with Senator Alex Antic about how much secret censorship there was in this country during the pandemic. We've exposed that in detail. It's not taken up by much of the media. The media tends to go along with this stuff. So it is frightening, as we've discussed before, with this new bill from Labor, you would have this sort of censorship right across a whole range of issues. We just can't trust governments to censor us.
Chris, we saw that with COVID-19 when we couldn't talk openly about it. Politicians couldn't, doctors, health professionals, they couldn't speak openly about it. They were controlled by the thought process, by our governments, by the WHO and international interest, and it was so wrong what's happened. Now, even with climate change, and if this comes in, if you've got a difference of opinion with climate change, there's two sides of an argument. You must always hear the two sides of the argument. You won't be able to have your opinion. So it's only the governments, local, state and federal, that will be able to have their say, and people that have accredited in international interests, accredited organisations can actually put it out there. So it's not the government who will be coming after you, it will be the media outlets, or I should say the digital Facebook, Twitter, all those companies will actually be watching you, what you say. And even today, it happens today, Chris. A lot of people that I know put up certain posts or use a certain word or anything like that, they're shut down, and their account is shut down for maybe days, weeks, even months. So it's happening now. So, shouldn't be happening.
There's plenty of misinformation out there, there's no doubt about it. Now, my view is you call that out, you can test it in the public debate, but you don't trust someone else, least of all government, to censor it. You've just got to thrash the debate out in the public arena.